day and welcome to Obi Family TV. The program when we enter na hope alive. Every day we dey come, they talk say hope day. Because na hope, na be the thing wey be say it go hold us together until we get the judgment wey be say we dey expect from the election petition tribunal. With that very one, we get hope when we dey bring come this hour. And I no go fail to greet on a morning, afternoon, and evening, depending where on a day, make on a take am. I want make we enter. We get plenty people wey be say them go follow us talk today for studio. Get like 4 person. For Zoom, we get our own obedience and also our legal analyst wey be say go follow us. Check plenty things wey be say it go dey inside this judgment wey we dey expect. Because na part of the process wey be say we carry go give, make court check the facts wey dey inside there. So we don't get plenty things so we say it don't happen, and the uncertainty, anxiety and tension from different quarters seems to have enveloped the Nigerian political space as the people await the final judgment of the 5 justices that heard the petition filed by Peter Obi at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, challenging INEC declaration of Bola Tinubu in the February 25th presidential election. Every day, starting from the day all parties close their cases at the tribunal, the expectations of Nigerians, both at home and in diaspora, keeps rising and falling. The situation has become so intense and ominous that Nigerians are no longer comfortable with the long wait. They are beginning to smell the proverbial rats that there are subterranean moves to influence the outcome of the judgment. Hence, they are resolved to start a gentle revolution to keep the judges on their toes. To underscore how serious and precarious the situation has become and how determined Nigerians are to ensure that justice is done to Peter Obi's petition, they have gone ahead to produce hundreds of t-shirts and bags that are clearly engraved with the words Presidential Election Tribunal, all eyes on the judiciary. Judiciary save our democracy, and the patronage is spreading like wildfire as many Nigerians now wear the shirts and carry the handbags as they move around, thus sending a strong signal to the judiciary that Nigerians expect them to do their work without fear or rancor. At present, Nigerians are filled with great expectations that the judges will rule based on the facts and figures presented before them and not on the technicalities or any other consideration. As una see am, na grammar na just break, but una know say yeah, with the break and down make our people for the understand, because we dey reach the grassroots people wey be say then they hear the one wey be say we dey speak for pidgin. So the long and short of this grammar when I just talk, now say we dey wait for this judgment, and they don't get wetin dey happen now. The all the well-meaning Nigerians, not be saying na only obedience, so but well-meaning Nigerians, they don't elect wetin dem they call billboard, wey be say big for different places, some for Warri, far away, for Abuja, different places. Just to show say Nigerians they wait for judiciary, not be to intimidate like Olamide will be lawyer of Tinubu. They write for their last written address, then talk say chaos and anarchy go happen for Nigeria. But all these well-meaning Nigerians, they do all these things, t-shirt, cap, and all of this. But we don't hear say them don't they tear all those things down. For Abuja, it don't happen. We don't even see posters of where people they go remove the thing, so that they see them on our screen now. We don't see people who be say then they harass people who be say they wear t-shirts and cap where talk say judiciary, our eyes on judiciary and all that. We don't hear about people where they intimidate people. Even some they harass women, say make them come out their clothes for open place where people dey. Sake of say they wear judiciary must do the right thing. My people, the facts dey before these judges, and as this very facts dey, na them go deliberate. Dem fit dey hear us as we dey talk. We no go fit do them anything. The only thing we go dey talk na to reach out to the obedience and well-meaning Nigerians, make them for know wetin dey happen and make them follow the due process of law. Wey be say make we never do anything, make we dey wait as it happen. Make I come back for studio. I get Angel here, I get Esther, and I get Princess. Then I can't get for Zoom. Our own will be UC Maxwell. Our legal analyst were there for Zoom. Well, make I start with Angel, were there for studio.
Good day, my well-meaning Nigerians, my lovely and intelligent, obedient worldwide. Welcome. Tell your neighbor, say, hope day. Yes, they hear us. Then they hear us. Because, you see, they don't tear our banner, our billboard down. They no go distract us. Yes, they don't tear them because they hear. Make clear conscience, fear no accusation. Welcome on board. Let's discuss.
Hello, my wonderful obedient family and well-meaning Nigerians worldwide. How una dey? Una welcome to your favorite show, Hope Alive. We don carry am as e dey hot come for una this afternoon. My people, e get kepu wey we don dey hear say our Senate Presido e don dey go spend billions of naira, dey buy exotic cars, dey buy bulletproof cars. But don't worry, una no go anywhere because we go give una the gist for full. Welcome and join us.
To all obedient worldwide, welcome to Hope Alive.
You see Maxwell, you there for Zoom, make you there talk to our people. It be like say you mute, make you unmute.
Okay, good afternoon to everybody, and it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, welcome. Now, our own legal analyst be that. Before we go, even jump to the thing where you want to analyze for us today, I want first we even look at the issue where we say I dey hear, or the information where we say don't they reach us now, say the tribunal justices, then they consider, say, make them begin they do re-election, I be make them do election again. That is for inside that their judgment. Then they consider giving a judgment where we say, make them go do re-election for those polling units where we say, nah, where they get blur results and where they get like blank results. Because why the thing can't they go like this, or why I can't they listen to this thing where then they talk be say, now part of the facts where we say we drop before the court be that, say plenty blur results come out from different places, and na INEC certify this result, say na authentic when they come out from them, yet then they blood. So if true that's when they come out, say judgment won't go for one side, make election only happen for that side where we say blood result come from, I won't make you explain to us as our legal analyst how you take CM or how the thing fit take go before we go into many things where we say we carry come today. Maxwell.
Okay, when you talk about blood results, they relate particularly to results which were uploaded on the portal, on the IRF portal, that came out as blood. Now, when the petitioners to the PDP case, to the Labour Party case, asked for result sheets from INEC in order for them to be able to prosecute their case or advance their case at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, the INEC gave them result sheets that were blood. Each and every one of the documents that were blood, about 18,088 blood result sheets, were submitted to them, and they were all blood or unreadable. There was another set of about 8,123 documents which were blood. So these are the results where INEC certify. When you say certify, meaning say INEC printed results that were blood, stamped on them, signed them, put dates, and gave it to the petitioners, that is the Labour Party petitioners, as a result sheet for which they wanted to use to advance their case. Now, what the petitioners went to court to tell the court is that these documents, because of they submitted them from INEC to the petitioners and they were blood, it means that the originals of the documents were also blood. So there was no result for this particular polling unit. How do you get numbers? How do you get figures? How do you get election figures for all the political parties that participated in the election from these areas and their numbers. So these were one of the reasons why they approached the court, telling the court that they were blood results.
Okay, thank you for that one. So now, as then the talk say that particular polling unit results wey blow, say the justice wey be say then they consider am for their judgment, say make them only do re-election for those places wey be say dem find say the blood result or blank result comot from, make them do. We never confirm am sha, because we will not be with the right judgment. But you know, say for Nigeria here, when you begin to hear things like this, you go begin to talk am, make you no be say, as far as the thing no be say na bad thing e be, you go talk am, make them begin to know whether that thing dey good. And wetin I mean be say, only that polling unit side where blood result dey, e dey good, make them do re-election only for that side. When you know, say we dey challenge the entirety of the process, because this one will be say blood or blank result na part of it, but the major thing na the process will be say INEC refuse.
And when you talk about the process of the entire election, it is provided that within the polling unit, there are certain things that must be done by all the parties involved in an election. That is, INEC, political parties, and the voters and observers who were accredited to observe elections. But the major players in an election, in a polling unit, are three. INEC, that is conducting the election, the political party through their candidates that are also vying for the elections, and the electorates who are supposed to vote. The major processes within the election system, within the polling unit level, that are supposed to be adhered to by all the parties involved, is number one, the accreditation process. So INEC is supposed to go through the accreditation process, give out ballot papers to the intending voters. Now, at this point, the voters now decide who they want to vote for, mark their ballot papers via a thumbprint, and then slide it into the box. The next stages involve the sorting of those ballot papers, counting of the ballot papers, recording of the results, and very recently, which is an innovation in our electoral system, the snapping of the results and the upload. So these are the issues that the petitioners have presented before the court, stating that there is no way that you can say an election was properly done when you do not do all of these processes at the polling unit level. Because INEC themselves failed to go through some of the process. Number one of the process that they failed to go through is snapping the result sheets at the polling unit level. For some of the result sheets, they were snapped at the collation center, some were snapped at the polling unit level, but they did not snap all result sheets at the polling unit level. Another thing is, they were supposed to upload those results directly from the polling unit to the IREV and to the collation system. But they failed to carry out these duties, which forms a part of the polling unit process. So once you defeat these processes, and note that these processes are permitted by law under Section 60, Section 47, and Section 64 of the Electoral Act of 2022. You also look at Clause 38, Clause 48 of the Regulations and Guidelines for the Conduct of Elections. And you look at particularly the provisions of paragraph 2.9.0 of the Manual of Officials for the election, which was passed in 2023. These processes are outlined, and once you fail to follow this process, it is deemed that the entire polling unit election procedures were not duly followed. And that is why Peter Obi is in court, Labour Party is in court, and various other candidates and political parties questioning the procedure. And not just that the procedure was not followed, but that the procedure that was not followed affected the results process substantially. So because of the blood results, you could not achieve the proper numbers. You could not get the total numbers of voters, who they voted for, how they voted, and the results that came out from the voting. So these are the procedures that these people are in court, the Labour Party, Peter Obi are in court, questioning under the provisions of the law.
Yes, okay. Maxwell, I think me myself, you don't even educate me more for this very this thing. But waiting, I want, as we still mention that Peter Obi's petition and the final written address and all the arguments where they there. He gets another thing where we say we don't discuss things, but we never get legal analysis where we say it will give us in input. That one has to deal with Shetima's double nomination. You understand? So that very Shetima's double nomination, I think our audience then go like, and obedience worldwide then go hear them. And even as we enter studio, Angel and other of our people wait there for studio, then ask me starting questions where we say, when I dey answer them, I go they shake my mouth, but I know say you go answer and pass for me. So as Angel there, make I give a mic, make him for ask you some of those questions where concern that very nomination, double nomination of Shetima, where would they we get as our for our court.
Yes, so our own UC. My question be say, what are the laws on double nominations? Another one is any Supreme Court judgment sacking candidates for double nomination. That is two in one.
Thank you very much. No problem. Now, when you talk about double nomination, you get what they provide for Electoral Act. Under Section 30, it provides for double nomination. But particularly, when you look at the court processes and the documents, you will see that we are also talking about multiple nomination. When you talk about the law, we don't provide for double nomination. Particularly, you go look at two major sections of the Electoral Act. Number one is Section 33 of the Electoral Act and Section 35 of the Electoral Act. Now, you feel also look at Section 30 of the Electoral Act. But Section 35 tells say, no candidate shall allow himself to be nominated multiple times, either in two political parties or in two constituencies. What this simply means is that as a candidate of an election, you will not be allowed to be nominated in two different political parties. You be candidate for party A, you still be candidate for party B. Now multiple nomination be that. Say you be candidate for constituency A, maybe Ama constituency, for instance. You can't still be candidate again for Abaji constituency, for instance. So the law don't prohibit this thing. And it made it very clear that by the usage of the word shall under Section 35 of the Electoral Act, that you can never allow it to happen. These are the provisions of the law. So another question is Shetima a candidate? Of course, Shetima is a candidate, because I have had a lot of people argue that he was appointed by, Tinubu. But when you look at Section 153, again, for that same Electoral Act, that place does say, anybody will be candidates now, any person will don't secure nomination for a political party. So it no matter how you take secure the nomination, whether the nomination are by voting, whether the nomination are by appointment, just like vice presidential candidates, whether the nomination are by, oh yes, everybody agree. As far as the person don't become candidate for the political party, they not fit nominate you two times for two different party or for two different constituencies. Now the laws be this. Now your question, whether this thing don't happen before, of course it don't happen before. They get the case of Uche Nwosu versus APP. That case happened for, I think, 2019, where Uche Nwosu allow himself, they nominate him for APC. He can't come up for APC, can't go APP again. They can't still nominate him again. That one means say he don't collect multiple nomination for party APC and party APP. So therefore, he gets double or multiple nomination. And the court sack him. The court tell us say this one not happen for our jurisprudence. It not happen for Nigeria. Say you go get double nomination. So you go get multiple nomination. It dey prohibited. And another case where you go like to see Now the case of PDP versus Degeremeyo. This case happened for 2020 here, 3 years ago, in Everton. For that case, the court talk say anybody wey gets double nomination, whether you be deputy governor candidate or you be vice presidential candidate, e go also affect the person wey carry you come. So this one just simply means say once anything don make person get multiple nomination, the person go dey, they go comot the person for the seat. And when you look at another case again, just recently here in 2022, referendum versus APC, the court held that the usage of that word shall for that particular place in that provision of section 35 makes it mandatory that nobody shall allow himself to be nominated twice. In the case of Shetima don already talk say he go be senatorial candidate for Borno State. On that one happen, he come still go talk again say they don appoint am, that is Tinubu appoint am as vice presidential candidate, meaning say he don get multiple nomination and he no reject the first one, because the law say before you go fit hold another one, you need to reject the first one. So when you come go look section 33, they say for person to withdraw, you need to write letter to your party as a candidate, and the party go come write letter to INEC. But the party no write letter to INEC. They come nominate them for Borno Central, and they still nominate them for vice presidential candidate. So now the case where Peter Obi carry go court be that, and previous cases where court they already talk say this one won't happen for our jurisprudence.
Thank you so much. I appreciate. This one sweets my belly well.
I think this one answer all your question. And our people, the way where Maxwell take analyze this thing and they explain them, the thing I know say it go sweet on, and also he explain many questions when they ask me, some way me I know fit answer. But as we don't get legal analysts and plenty other ones will be saying that obedience them be, and well-meaning Nigerians then go they join us to give us all these updates. So Maxwell, thank you for that very one. But people will be saying them there for studio, the amount they do mui again, be like say they won't ask another question.
Okay, our legal analyst, I go want make you help us explain to our audience. E get some people wey don dey ask say wetin be the events wey surround Shetima's double nomination, and what is the argument of PO, that's our principal Peter Obi, in the tribunal?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. Now, the events, I don't try throw light on top the matter small. Now, Shetima had already vied for the seat of Borno Central Senatorial District. He wanted to be a senator. Now, when he vied for that position, he saw a better option to be a vice presidential candidate. Of course, vice president get level past senator. Now, waiting section 33 talk be say, before you fit do that thing, for you to, fit hold double nomination or multiple nomination, you need to withdraw. For a candidate to withdraw, the candidate go first write letter. He go submit the letter to the party, political party. Now, the political party go come inform INEC, say this person won't withdraw in candidacy. The reason for this is that before now, there was something that used to happen. There is this kind of fraud that political parties do, where on their own, they will just remove a candidate's name from INEC and put another one without the knowledge of the candidate. And the candidate does not have any option. So the law made it compulsory that there are two processes for you to withdraw as a candidate. That as a candidate, you first of all inform the political party. Then number two, the political party will now inform INEC. Then INEC will change your name and put the new name. So Shetima wrote a letter on July 6th to his political party and signed it. But the political party did not send that letter to INEC. The political party only sent that letter to INEC on the 15th of July. So they sent that letter for 15th of July. But meanwhile, on the 14th, a day before, Tinubu had already appointed, Tinubu as vice presidential candidate. Now, by that 14th, what it means is that Shettima was a candidate for Borno Central Senatorial District, and he was also a candidate as vice presidential candidate. So he was holding multiple nominations in that instance. So what it means is that he had multiple nominations. So what Peter Obi went to the court and was telling the court is very simple. He said that, my lord, according to the provision of the law here, somebody cannot hold multiple nominations. He was a candidate for Borno Central and also a candidate for vice presidential. So you need to cancel his election. So what it means is that they made reference to that PDP versus the Geremenyo case that I told you about. Say anything will not affect the vice presidential candidate, it will also affect the presidential candidate. So that is what Peter Obi went to the court and told the court for them to cancel the candidacy of both Tinubu and Shettima for double nomination.
Thank you, UC Maxwell. You don't try. But before I go, let's go because this very thing where they scatter the billboard where they happen for Abuja and everywhere. I don't know whether you feel chukma small before you leave.
Okay, what they see for Nigeria is what I call kakistocracy. Just like another learned person don't talk. And it is not really democracy, but democracy, where people are allowed to go mad in a country like Nigeria without adherence to the provisions of the rule of law. And there are policies that guide advertisements in Nigeria, but we cannot take it away that section chapter 4 of the 1999 Constitution allows individuals, groups of Nigerians, to hold their expressions, to have their expression as citizens, and freedom of the press. When you look at section chapter 2 also of the 1999 Constitution, it allows citizens to express their grievance against the government because power and authority belongs to the people, and the people can express that power and authority and give it to whoever they want at any point in time. There are three arms of government in Nigeria: the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. If we can put eyes on the executive and also the legislature, why shouldn't we put eyes on the judiciary? If we can question wrong actions by the executive and by the legislature, why can't we question wrong actions on just judgments, inequitable judgments, unfair judgments by the judiciary? And the people are expressing it by telling Nigerians to put your eyes on the judiciary, put your eyes on the executive, put your eyes on the legislature, hold them accountable for the mandate you have given to them by virtue of section 14 of the 1999 Constitution. But it is unfortunate that these people have found ways, policies to hide under in order to, intimidate the people. But the people will never be intimidated. I say this with every sense of responsibility. And it is very instructive for me to note that the people will not cower. The people will continue to hold every arm of government, being it the executive, being it the legislature, being it the judiciary. You are to be held accountable because you are not just put there on your own. It is as a result of the people that you got there. And the people have the rights, freedom of expression, freedom of the press, guaranteed by the Constitution, guaranteed by international documents, which Nigeria is a signatory to. I like to say that in sane climes, things like this do not occur. Are we not a sane clime? Do we continue living in insanity? Do we continue living where rule of law is totally eroded from our jurisprudence? Where the separation of power is eroded from our jurisprudence? No. As a people, we are going to raise our voices against this. And of course, we will express this through several means. If they feel they want to take down the billboard, you can imagine, even after taking down or the decision to take down that billboard, they dissolved the committee that approved that billboard. They also suspended them. This is against the principles of, fairness and equity. If you feel they made a mistake, which I feel it is in line with the law, you should call them, have a meeting, and discuss these things. But this is where we are currently in our jurisprudence. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, UT Maxwell, for choking your mouth and making us understand this thing. Our people will be saying that they watch us worldwide and the obedience. Make una like and share the video. At least make una twirl for our UC Maxwell. Where we say don't open our eyes to the legal sides of double nomination and even this particular thing where we they talk about billboards being brought down, T-shirts and cap dem dey pursue people sake of say our eyes dey judiciary. Anyhow, shall we go chook more mouth for inside because even for mainstream media, we don dey see even videos where people dey talk say make judges dey mind their own business. The thing wey dem bring come for court na facts. And na facts dem go look at, no be billboard wey dey for street, because some people dey talk say the thing dey distract judges, the thing na intimidation of judges and all that, but no be like that. We go talk all those ones for studio, but before we do, make we listen to this one professor wey talk say make the thing wey I take for inside in talk be say make judges face the facts wey dem present before them for court and nothing should distract them. Let's take a listen.
Judiciary is a statutory arm of government that has a duty to perform. Now, aggrieved parties have a right to express opinions on what they expect from the judiciary. Now, if the opinion of aggrieved parties outside of the law and the judicial system is deemed to be pressure, I don't understand what kind of pressure that is. If, for instance, you're in the hospital for surgery, is appendectomy that's about to be carried out, and some of your relations are outside and they are complaining that, oh, this doctor should do this and the other one, it doesn't affect the diagnosis. So let's put a few facts straight on the table. Number one, if you go into a contest, it means you accept the rules of the contest. So if you go for an election, your expectation is that you'll either win or lose. Now, part of the tools, or what you find in the toolkit of the democratic enterprise is the judicial process. So you go for elections, results are not satisfactory from your point of view, you move to the next level, which is statutory, which is mandatory, which is constitutional, that is the law. So you go there, you also don't tell the judiciary to finish it in 30 minutes. You look at the existing law, you have a law, you're supposed to go through this at the tribunal for 180 days. You have another 60 days at the Supreme Court, I think, if I have my facts right. So you can't jump forward and say, oh, you know, I've become impatient, stop it. No. So what am I leading up to? There are opinions, there are concerns, there are even hysterical reactions to what is going on in the judiciary regarding the elections. It is the duty of the judiciary to conduct itself with dignity. The little I know of what should happen in a court is that the presiding justices will say, according to the evidence before me. Now, if somebody is shouting outside the hall, or people are wrestling at the stadium in Surulere, and from there they are making comments, should that distract somebody who has evidence before him? So I think also there has to be some greater discipline in the conversation regarding this matter, so that we don't begin to assume or pretend that what does not matter matters.
Okay, so we don't hear how this professor will be say, he talks say make judiciary, the one why I take for inside, because I feel listen to everything, get some when I go through, what will be say no sweet me, but the one way sweet me for inside, why I think say go reach obedience, make them for understand now they bring say make judiciary consider the facts will be say it day before them, now the thing where it be, and I know say one of our own princess will be say follow us for studio here, get something to talk for inside, how much they do me.
Exactly. Just like the man said on the video, they are just being distracted. It vexes me when I see the way judiciary people, you know, the way they're reluctant and trying to avoid the main issue here. They tend to forget, okay, now they are bringing out our billboards, they threaten us with DSS, you know, a lot of things going on, and they forget that we stood by them all along. Okay, remember the last time when Buhari invaded their homes, we stood by them. When he had an NBA conference that he said that what is that thing again, that he said that national security is greater than rule of law. We still stood by them, and now that we need them the most, they are trying to sly us. They are trying to be cunning with us. It doesn't make any sense. Let them just know that the evil that they do today will definitely come back to them tomorrow. They should just know that.
I think that one, as the thing take be now, maybe because of say the thing say as them talk say na judiciary na in they tell them may they remove. But may I tell you, na Tinubu people na they do that very something. Judges know they like to join these kind issues. Now flimsy you say you put billboard. If even judge they pass, you see the billboard, go just laugh. Pass. Now so me I think. So I don't think saying that judges because who will they stand in as you talk for the judges when they go evade their houses. Now all of us they talk, they ping. Whether you call and 4 people they ping for one room, but now us they talk because as we take government now for the people, we talk we there for their back. When then they arrest them, then talk say this one we they talk. You understand? Yes, so I don't think say now judges will be say then they think about this judgment will be say we carry INEC issue. Carry go give them, make them adjudicate. Could begin to carry that one they put inside.
Another one be say the Olani Peku, that is the Tinubu lawyer, in threatening Nigeria with anarchy and chaos and doom. Nobody talk. We no hear them talk. We no hear them complain. Instead, they talk forgiveness. But as Billboard say, all eyes on judiciary. Judiciary are on trial. If they get clear conscience, they no go fear. Even if na Bado people, life they fair for na. No. Una they buy fuel cheap? No. Una they buy bread cheap? No. So why Olani Peku a Sam for that matter? In threatening the whole Nigeria, over 200 million people with chaos, anarchy and doom. Nothing happened. They even do here like say they no hear am. Now common billboard. We no distract anybody. We no do anybody anything. Now in they vex them. Now in they choke them for liver. Can't they pain them. My obedient people, all eyes on judiciary. They hear us. Make una continue. Judiciary are on trial.
Yes. As you say, Angel hiding her board when she won't talk all eyes on judiciary, she hide the volume. You understand? Okay, make we hear it you get.
Okay, another thing I want to add for this matter be say. People, my advice to them, people when they go destroy all this billboard, it be like say, no be like say, it be like on our conscience they prick una, because all eyes on judiciary now it's just a statement. And within Nigeria where we get our freedom of speech and expression. So wetin person right go keep for billboard, it's just like a normal billboard where they see on a normal basis where get adverts and all that. So for person to write all eyes on judiciary, that one no suppose be any problem if una conscience dey clear, because they say a clear conscience fears no accusation. Another thing, make I remind una, the we get Ahmed, Senator Lawan Ahmed, wey judiciary, wey Supreme Court overturn in judgment. Person wey no legitimately run for Yobe State primary, Senate primaries, but they turn am. How he take enter there, we no know. Even till today, even if fellow senators, even if fellow politicians, they ask am how he take get here. So that one not supposed to be an issue. If wetin una suppose do judiciary be say make una trade with a fair conscience. If una conscience dey clear, that one not supposed to be an issue. And for people wey dey go destroy those billboards, whether na I no wan call names, I no wan know, but if to say they write all hands must support Tinubu, una go destroy am. Na question wey I wan leave with una be this one.
Okay.
Thank you.
We get plenty of our people where we say then they talk for this thing. We get distinguished field marshal. She they talk plenty things about this very something where we say it they happen now. You understand? This very the tier when they tier this something. So I want make we see waiting as Intech talk. We also get aside from General Oluchi, we get peers where we say it talk the same thing. We get Inihebe Effiong. All of these are people they talk about waiting how then they take tier these things. When I think go check out their page for X, make una see waiting then talk and plenty replies where we say people they talk for inside there so they show them for screen as it take be. Make you do the we just they give una the distance now to give them credit because everybody even they could the hustler talking on. So with that one we go leave the issue of double nomination. We don't pass the other issues, but make we quickly take one PO's video, because me I dey like sometimes when we say make we for come up with something where we say Peter Obi don't talk, where we say either it's with us or it give us hope. It is always of hope. Why we are here today is of hope. Why we are talking to all obedience worldwide is to keep the hope alive. Let's take a listen from PO on the importance of hope.
People who voted for me across the nation voted for hope. I've never rigged the election. I've never paid anybody to do the same. I've never bought votes, never paid anybody to vote for me, and I will never do so. Those who voted for me voted for hope. In most places where people think I was voted by only a group of people or Igbos, it is wrong. We had thousands of votes in most states in the north. In Kanu, we had about 300,000 votes, where they say we will not get 2,000 votes. We had 300,000. In several other places in the north, we won in Jos. The Igbos are not most populated people in Jos. We won in Lagos. In Lagos, the Igbos are not most populated people. In fact, I have more votes from the indigenous than I had from the Igbos. And it happened everywhere. In Benin, in Edo, the Igbos are not the most populated people there. Same thing in Delta, same thing in several other places. We're not. In Cross River State, they voted for hope. That was their vote. And I keep saying to Nigerians, I will change Nigeria. I know what it takes. I've done it at what I can call a subnational state. So I have the experience and I have the contacts globally that can change Nigeria.
He said people will be saying they vote for Peter Obi, they voted for hope. And now all of us. And that's why we are keeping the hope alive. Wherever you dare, we be say you know say this hope will they keep them alive. Make your like and share this very video. With that very one, I go say make we go to waiting our people they talk about waiting they happen for the mind or the house or the office or the tribunals for that very judgment where would they talk. Make we see how Kweku the hustler, how he take explainer for in tweet. If you go there, make you foresee him how she take explain. But we go read them out, make other people will say then they watch, but then they listen. Maybe their phone they small. We go read them out, make them for here as it take go.
There are currently rumors making the rounds that the PEPT judges are mulling over passing a judgment that says that elections should be redone in only the polling units with blurred or blank results on the IREV portal. This, if true, will be completely unacceptable and will be any ruling short of a disqualification of Tinubu will mean that the judiciary has turned the Nigerian constitution on its head. There is absolutely no ground on which Tinubu should not be disqualified. After that, even if fresh elections are to be ordered, there is absolutely no reason fresh elections should be ordered in only those polling units, considering that substantial non-compliance has been proven beyond any doubt by both the PDP and LP at the PEPT. Any such ruling will be completely unacceptable and has the potential to throw the country into chaos. The Nigerian judiciary must recognize that they represent the last hope of a very irate citizenry, and that hope may quite possibly be the only reason citizens have remained calm.
Yes, now the thing when I talk now hope. Now this hope what would they bring, what we say would they give. Say now hope, now it make people they calm. Now this hope what would they bring, whether in the morning, in the evening, we go come back, we go talk say hope they alive. Now they keep people they calm. Nobody say they no know what thing they go do. Nobody say they no know the meaning of revolution. Nobody say they no fit do other things. Make we take another of our tweets of our people where we say then they talk for space, because we need to give their voice. Make people for no say no be all of us go to sleep, because some of them then they sell us dummy, say people don't go move on, people don't do this one. Nobody move on. Obedience wherever they just there like where then they wait make them do all your mass, let's go. Now waiting the name, now this hope, now you hold them. So I go want to make we for take another tweet where we say if they talk about waiting they happen for court, and even the one where we say then talk say even this Jackson Ude in talk say waiting they call him this former Lagos State governor where be Wike, he say Wike don't start another thing when he not succeed for waiting in do in the way they talk before, as we don't bring them out. Now he come talk them again. Yes, the thing don't come out again. Make we for read them out. Our
own Jackson Ude said, Nyesom Wike in search of assurances from judges. Former Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State is blowing up the phone numbers of contact person for judges of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, seeking assurances that the petition by Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi will be dismissed. Some of the judges had assured him that the petitions will be dismissed by unanimous decision. But feelers Wike is now getting after the assurances do not add up. Majority of the judges are said to be favorable, disposed to a rerun as a soft landing for Bola Tinubu. But Wike believes a rerun will doom Tinubu. He has been running after the judges to get concrete assurances of their area agreement. Wike's political future is also hinged on the tribunal upholding Tinubu's fraudulent election. If Tinubu is kicked out of the presidency, Wike is doomed. Yes, so Wike is doomed. And I know as he take B now. That's why they like waiting some of our people they talk for X. Then they talk him as he take B without fear or favor. Wike don the long krukere all this while. Because every time when they talk about somebody, they give bribe, somebody they do this one, and then they call your name. Make I tell you, even they get proverb where they talk say, where pikin they point a hand and they scratch carry eye, they go and hand. If in mama no dey there, in papa go dey there. Wike with bribe, whether na husband or wife them be, I no know. But every time when Jackson they want talk, he go talk about Wike. He go get information wey be say or intel. I be wetin they call am for big grammar where they give am that kind of information. So, but the one where we see now where Jackson they talk, he say the information Wike don't begin the tire. Say judges don't begin the shift their ground. Whether they won't give soft landing as in take talk for Bola Tinubu for a run, that one na their own. But I know say the facts where we say a day before the judges, those facts, then go take their decision based on the facts. Because now thing wey be say we dey urge them, no be beg. We dey urge them, as NJ they always say, make them do the right thing. With that very one, I go say we will come back in the evening. When we come back, we will take plenty things wey be say e dey on, and then we will explore some of the facts wey we drop before the court. I go pass mic now, make I give Angel, make she for help us carry our kaya comot for studio. My lovely and intelligent, obedient worldwide. Clear conscience, fears no accusation. Yes, judges do the right thing. Let your integrity be upheld. Don't rub your integrity for mud. Write your name in gold. Now the thing, make your great-grandchildren, your grandchildren be proud of. Even Nigerians go there proud. Disqualify Tinubu, heaven no go fall. Even if he fall, we go use hand hold am. Thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate you. We love you. We love you. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and share. Let other obedience they hear waiting they happen. All eyes on judiciary. Judiciary are on trial. Yes, you see this their billboard where they come out. You no go distract us. We will continue to say all eyes on judiciary. Let them do the right thing. They no go disqualify House of Rep member, senator, governor. They come for presidency. They say they no fit. We no go give them any soft landing. Yes, we no go give them any soft landing. Let them do the right thing. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We love you, but God loves you more. Bye for now.